Human beings are essentially creative-seeking creatures. At our core, we seek novelty, we seek what is new. It's most apparent when we upgrade our phones, get a new car, the best fashion. We're always trying to upgrade ourselves and seek what is new. And yet when it comes to our own person, the sense of self, there is a huge tendency to stagnate, to stay the same. You become an adult and you think that you're now finished developing yourself. Very often the impression is that when you're a child, you are developing your character and your personality, and by the time you hit an adult, you are fully formed, and this couldn't be further from the truth. Every single person has something unique to offer. We have individual fingerprints which are unique to ourselves, and we also have an output, something to offer the world that wasn't here before we arrived. And that is what the essence of life is that applying something, a craft, a continuous discipline, a collection of habits which inevitably form a product of some sort, whether it be a painting, a music video, music in itself, some form of storytelling, cinematography, photography, engineering, science, writing books, being an author, illustration. The list goes on. There is an endless list of instances in which the human being can apply to allow the world to receive their unique fingerprint after they're gone. You should look at life as if it's a movie. Your own life is a movie, and you have the opportunity to select the character which you play in that movie. You can choose to be the villain. You can choose to embrace poor discipline, poor habits, an immoral outlook, and lying, cheating, stealing, and all these different things. You can choose to do that, but inevitably you'll get the results that these actions cultivate. And on the flip side to that is you can choose to be honest, truthful, have integrity in your actions, perseverance, compassion, empathy, loyalty to the people around you and to the craft that you choose. And this is where it comes down to this, is that every single person listening to this has a craft. They might not be fully aware of it yet, but as long as you maintain the desire to seek to leave something unique here, you will find the craft. Very often the situation that is presented is that, I've been working 20 years or 10 years or 5 years, and an apathy has been developed towards any form of creative craft or endeavour to leave here. So essentially that's what this is. It's like every single person listening to this has something unique to offer. Now, what do you do when you're in a position where you're working every single day of life and you feel like your soul is dying? You might enjoy your job, but the way I see these things is that if you go into a job, a building, a facility, an institution that was here before you were born, most likely the chances are that that's your dream is very minimal. The thing that's your dream, that's unique to you, that the universe is here to give, that the universe is channeling through you, it wasn't here before you arrived. It's your purpose to manifest that craft, to make sure that what it is you do, everything you do is in alignment with integrity, with value, with values that are sustainable for yourself and for anybody else. So what is it you do when you're in that rut, when you're in that position where you're working every single day and you don't have anything unique to offer, but you feel like life is empty, you feel like there's something absent, and internally you have, it's either conscious or subconscious, and intuition, a feeling that life has more to offer, as you're able to contribute something that wasn't here before. So what do you do if you're working every single day? What is you do is you begin to search for what your craft is. What could your craft be? It most likely will already be in your periphery. Unless it is at the front of your mind now, as you listen to this, your craft is waiting to be found. The thing that you have love for, that you'd be willing to wake up early and go to bed late, that you'd be willing to sacrifice every moment of your time available, the thing that you might even be embarrassed about what the craft is at the beginning. That might be the case. It doesn't matter. If you have love for that thing, harness it to its full capacity. Continue to work towards the craft. Put all of your energy into it. Disregard inferior qualities of personality and action. Disregard people that are not a complement to your life or your craft. Disregard poor diet. Maintain a healthy mind and body, because that will help you channel the energy necessary to manifest the craft in its completion. And that's what you do. You begin to source what it is that you're here to do. Just having the thought of, what can I contribute in life? You're choosing to be the best character possible. You are the protagonist in the movie of your life. And that's the main thing you want to be. You want to be the archetypal knight, the archetypal white knight of righteousness, which shows up and saves the day. You're saving the day for yourself and for others. And the nature of self-transformation is by no means a new phenomenon. If you look into alchemy, transmutation of poor quality metals into gold, essentially, is a metaphorical symbol. It's a symbolic representation of the human psyche. The human psyche is designed to continue to move itself forward. And what happens when you disregard the poor quality characteristics that you have, the poor habits, the poor people, you're beginning to transform yourself into the gold. And that's the nature of what this is. I would strongly recommend listening to any form of alchemy, reading any form of alchemy, watching videos based on alchemy, and take it into the context of not a scientific practice that's outdated, but a very contemporary approach and insight to the human psychology and the ability to develop the person that you are and who you want to be. And the main thing as well to keep in mind is that there'll be an image of your future self that you could contemplate now. Who would be the best variety of person that you'd want to be? You're standing there there's 10 other individuals standing next to you. Each single one of them is from a parallel universe, which is also you, and they've lived a life. And out of those 10 individuals that are all you, there is one that's a baker, one that's in prison potentially, one that was a football star or an artist, or every possible variety of your person is standing in a line. If you had the option to choose which one that you'd like to be, the best one out of them all, picture that circumstance, picture the characteristics that individual would embrace, and begin to apply the disciplines and habits today, tomorrow, and every day of life that gets you closer and closer to that totality, that golden variety in the alchemical sense. And this is the thing to remember. You're never too old to start this, you're never too young to start this. The nature of personal development is timeless. It truly is. You have numerous individuals that have left an unmistakable fingerprint on this planet before they left, and they didn't get started until later in life. So it's never too late. Get started now. Seek to find the craft that you are here to master. Engage with the daily disciplines and the psychological barriers that are inevitably going to need to be pushed to the side in order to master your craft. You wake up early, you go to bed late. You think about your craft every moment that's available. You will have to sacrifice, you will have to engage with difficulty. These things are inevitable when you're pursuing something which is larger than yourself and which is going to be the epitome of the fingerprint that you've left on this planet. So to summarise, every single human being on this planet has something unique to offer. Every single one of us. Your DNA makes you a 1 in a trillion individual who is here to give something new to the world. You're never too young, you're never too old to engage with the craft. Find the craft. You may know what it is now, you may have it in your periphery, it may require internal analysis to find out what it is you want to do on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, every minute of every day. Any free time you have, you are running back to your craft. You can't wait to get started, and you're falling asleep with the craft in front of you because you never want to stop doing it. Most likely, you will be in a position of employment already, in a job or a position, maybe even it's a caregiver position. You maybe have your children to look after, which absorbs most of your time. But the truth is, it really makes no difference what the obstacles are. There are going to be obstacles in the way of the craft. That is part of the formula. So identify what the craft is, expect difficulty in the pursuit of the craft, expect hurdles and barriers to attempt to inhibit your ability to develop your craft. And this is where the passion and love enters, that inevitably you have to be passionate, you have to love the thing that you want to do, to the point where you're okay doing it for free. This isn't about acquiring a financial input as a consequence of your craft. That will come in time, but the default position when it comes to developing a craft has to be a love and passion for the craft itself, which will liberate you from the difficulty and the inevitable impoverished situation financially and emotionally at the time of developing your craft, when you're experiencing the hurdles and the barriers whilst developing it, that will transcend you from the difficulties. Inevitably, pursuing the craft will liberate you and liberate your soul in the context of any form of employment, any form of ongoing emotional, physical, spiritual, psychological difficulty that you might be experiencing. The pursuit of a craft and the mastering of any craft will liberate you from these hurdles in life, and there will truly be nothing greater that you do in life than mastering the craft that was given to you by the divine, by the universe, by God, whatever you want to call it. There is a greater consciousness which channels itself through each one of us, through physical, and psychological matter. Thanks for watching. If you like the contents in this video, please buy my book The Productive Path, which I'll leave the link in the description box below. You can get that on Amazon, and make sure to like and subscribe, and also join me on Patreon, where you can help to build a stronger media platform. I'll see you next time.